The girl who couldn't speak without telling the truth. In 1962, in a small town in Mississippi, there was a girl named Penny True. She had bright green eyes, freckles like stars, and the kind of smile that made everyone feel safe. But Penny had a strange curse. She could not lie, not even once. It started on her 7th birthday, when her aunt asked, "Do you like your dress?" Penny said, "It's itchy and it smells like old shoes." Everyone laughed. But then it kept happening. At school, when her teacher asked who broke the classroom globe, Penny looked straight at Timothy and said, "He did, and he tried to blame Sally." Soon, kids started avoiding her. Teachers didn't call on her anymore. Her parents grew worried. They took her to doctors in New Orleans. One doctor ran tests for days, then whispered to her parents, "Her brain reacts to lying the way most people react to poison. She'll always tell the truth, whether she wants to or not." By the time Penny turned 10, she had no friends left. She had told one girl her singing sounded like a dying bird. She told another boy his breath smelled like boiled cabbage. Even when she tried to stay quiet, people asked her questions just to laugh at the answers. One day, a man in a black hat knocked on her family's door. He said his name was Mr. Vox, and he had heard about Penny. He ran something called the House of Truth, a traveling show that visited towns across the South. He wanted Penny to come with him. Her parents were scared, but Penny looked at the man and said, "You're not lying." So she went. For the next 5 years, she traveled in a red truck with golden wheels. At every town, crowds lined up to ask her questions. Real questions. Is my husband cheating? Will I be rich? Did my brother steal from me? Penny would close her eyes, and the words would come. She didn't guess. She just knew. Some cried, some thanked her. A few tried to hit her. By 15, she was famous. People called her the human lie detector. But one night in Alabama, everything changed. A woman in a long white dress came into the tent. She had no shadow, no scent. Her eyes looked like glass. She asked Penny one question. "What will happen to me tomorrow?" Penny stared. Her voice shook. She said, "You won't be alive." The woman smiled, "Thank you," and walked away. The next morning, Penny woke up to find Mr. Vox packing the truck. The tent was already down. He looked different, rushed, distracted. "Are we leaving early?" she asked. Mr. Vox didn't meet her eyes. He muttered something about needing to get ahead of schedule. But when she asked about the woman in white from the night before, he froze. "She gave you a scare, that's all," he said quickly. "Forget her." By the time she climbed into the truck, she noticed her name had been wiped off the side. The posters were gone. No more human lie detector. No more crowds. By that afternoon, he dropped her off at a dusty bus stop just outside Montgomery. "I think your time with the show is over," he said, handing her a crumpled $20 bill. "People don't want the truth anymore. Not like that." And just like that, he was gone. Penny sat on the bench, staring at the red truck disappearing into the highway. She wasn't angry, just tired. The truth had taken her far, but now it had left her with nothing. She used the money to take the bus to Jackson. She found work as a cleaner at a roadside motel. Quiet work. Nobody asked questions there. She stopped answering when people did. She learned how to avoid eye contact, how to keep her voice low, how to disappear in plain sight. Years passed. Penny grew used to being invisible. And though the truth still burned inside her like a flame, she kept it to herself. Speaking had only ever pushed people away. Then one evening, a boy came to the front desk with a backpack and a nervous voice. He had green eyes and freckles like stars. He looked at her for a long time before holding out a worn photograph. "I think you knew my dad. His name was Jamie True," he said. "He died last year. I found this picture of you too. I've been looking for you." Penny's breath caught. Jamie was her brother. They hadn't spoken since they were kids. She had told him something true, something hard, and he had walked out of her life. She nodded slowly. "Yes, I'm Penny." The boy smiled. "Then I guess we're family." And in that small, simple moment, Penny didn't need to say anything more. Sometimes the truth doesn't need a stage. Sometimes it just needs someone ready to hear it. Not everyone wants the truth, but that doesn't make it wrong. Sometimes the truth can hurt, but sometimes it can heal.